Hello there gorgeous gamers and welcome back to Pure Play TV, and we've got another review for you, and this time it's Scourge Bringer, a new roguelite game. But is it any good? Well, let's find out. Whenever I hear someone describe a game as roguelite, I immediately think that it's simply a politer way of saying that you will die a lot. It's pretty much a given. Scourge Bringer is a roguelite, and yes, you will die a lot. Scourge Bringer describes itself as a fast-paced, free-moving roguelite. You play as Kira, the last warrior of her kind and the latest to be sent out to explore a large technological monolith that hovers over the landscape and discover the mysteries that lie therein. As setups go, it ticks a lot of boxes, and Scourge Bringer does enough to bring you up to speed quite quickly, before establishing some of the reasons behind each death and rebirth. All of this is done with a great pixel art style that makes Scourge Bringer play like a true old school 2D platformer, but with all the fluid controls and progression that you would expect in a modern game. Kira looks good as she jumps and bounces across each of the many rooms that you explore, and even when the action on screen gets overly chaotic, it's still easy to spot her should you need to dodge an oncoming attack or dash towards an enemy. However you cut it, a decent roguelite is only as good as its reward loop. If you're going to die a lot, doing so has to have some meaning to make your progress feel worthwhile. I've played plenty of these games now to know that if I'm going to die repeatedly without feeling like I'm getting better, I will turn it off long before the frustration drives me to throw my controller at the wall. Thankfully, the reward loop in Scourge Bringer manages to tick all the right boxes. Each loop has you earn blood gems, which can be spent at merchants you meet throughout the map. These upgrades are immediately applied to your current run, with some having more of an immediate impact than others. New guns or stat upgrades are all well and good, but if you're on your last heart, there is something extra satisfying about hitting up a boost that refills your health bar just in time. Alongside these merchants, each biome has one altar of blood blessings, which will grant a boost to your current run. These are more powerful than the equipment that you can buy from the merchants, but they will be lost when you die. While the upgrades you get in the game are lost after each run, there is a skill tree that can be upgraded to award you with more permanent stat upgrades and abilities. What Scourge Bringer does really well is in the progress you make through this skill tree. I felt like each run took me closer to a beneficial reward that I was certain would give me the edge I was looking for to get further, and once I'd unlocked it, I would soon spot another skill that I wanted, and the cycle would begin again. By having fixed upgrades that I could work towards, I felt like I had some control over the progress I was making, without the random elements so many roguelites rely on. Being able to plot out the skills I wanted felt much better than just having to rely on chance, and it gave me a greater sense of control over each playthrough. The skill tree is accessible upon death, and sometimes I found myself excited for my next death, as I knew I would be able to unlock a skill that would really start to make a difference. Alongside that, I know it was probably psychological, but by having a skill tree and upgrading the skills that I wanted to focus on, it definitely felt like each run was getting easier the more I played. That isn't to say that Scourge Bringer is an easy game, because it's not by any stretch. It's punishing, and there are a few runs where you will get further than you ever had, only to fall at the first biome on the next go and feel like some kind of weakling. Scourge Bringer is fast-paced, and its arcade-like action means it's easy to pick up and play, so a death and restart never really felt like an ending. Scourge Bringer plays fast and fluid. Controlling Kira is fun, and the controls feel really tight, so even when you do die, you don't feel like it was because of a missed jump or a poorly executed attack. Amongst many of the upgrades available are new attacks that further aid you in your journey, and while there are enough attacks in your arsenal to offer variety, I never really felt overwhelmed or at a loss as to what to do next. In order to progress in Scourge Bringer, you must first defeat a mini-boss, which in turn will unlock the gate to the realm's final boss, which when defeated will reveal a portal to a new realm where the process begins again. Each realm resets upon death, with the order of each one randomised, so that although you might find familiar rooms, the overall layout is never the same. Thankfully, you can unlock a map, which is a huge help in preventing you getting lost, while at the same time helping you navigate each biome as quickly and efficiently as possible. Scourge Bringer is exactly what you would want from a game that sells itself as a fast-paced, free-moving roguelite. It does exactly what it says on the tin, while providing an arcade-style experience that surprised me in how satisfying it felt. If you like roguelites, then Scourge Bringer will definitely scratch that itch, but be warned, you will die a lot, obviously. And that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it and found it useful in some way. If you did, go on down below, do us a favour and hit the like and subscribe buttons, leave a comment and give the bell icon a nudge so that you're notified whenever we've got new stuff. Go on down further and you'll find our website links, social media channels and our supporters page, where you can support our team if you can. I've been Chris, you've been gorgeous, and I'll see you on the next one. Until then, bye bye.